Hey guys, I'm back with another kind of a rant review of a stupid piece of garbage I found on the internet. This is a article I found shared on Facebook by a degenerate that I'm apparently friends with called 14 Fast Food Meals Even the Employees Say You Should Avoid. I've only read the first one, and the first one was so good that I just immediately said, I've got to make a video. First, this like last time I did a video that was almost identical to this. It was like 10 things you should never order at restaurants from Answers.com. At least Answers.com is a website worth talking about. This is like Oola, Feed Your Inner Foodie. So I guess some kind of a piece of shit food site that is just publishing clickbait fucking trash. And look at all this. Look at all the disgusting ads in this. Look, light bulb ads, all these shit ads here. Disgusting. I installed AdBlock. I paused it just to show you this page. I installed AdBlock for the first time in my life just for this site. So when I'm clicking through this trash today, I'm not going to see a bunch of a bunch of ads, or giving them the pennies that they're going to get for me. Because, I would never click on garbage like this unless I'm making a video about it. At least I get to get some content out of the deal. Look at this shit. Look. Yum Oola has 360,000 likes. How can they get those many likes when they're publishing garbage like this in such bad faith to their readers? It's disgusting. All right, well, here's the one that set me off. It's Starbucks secret menu items. They are secret because the barista gets to make up their own concoction and try it out on you. No two drinks will ever be the same. A good idea for the adventurous, but not so much for anyone with a specific order in mind. Let's just review the title of this clickbait trash. 14 meals even the employees say you should avoid, with an exclamation point. Look, there's an exclamation point. A good idea for the adventurous, but not so much for anyone with a specific order in mind. Well, obviously, anyone with a specific fucking order in mind isn't going to order a secret item from the secret menu that's off the barista's head. Like, what? This isn't a situation that could ever take place. You're ordering a soy latte. You go and order a soy latte. No one's accidentally backing into a secret menu order. And then what is this? No two drinks will ever be the same. And why would an employee invent a drink to give to a customer and then recommend that they should avoid that drink? I worked at Caribou Coffee. Okay, I made up some drinks. I made up a drink called a Raspberry Spasm. And I made it the same every time, and I had people coming in ordering a raspberry spasm for me. It was a secret menu item. It's fucking idiotic. So I can't wait to know what the rest of these are. I can't even wait. Looks like we got donuts from Dunkin Donuts. Is it because they're frozen? Sorry guys, but your favorite one-stop donut shop isn't as great as you might think. The donuts are delivered to the store frozen and cooked on the premises. I can already feel that this has just been ripped from that piece of shit Answers.com post with the same thing, because they mentioned donuts being frozen as well as a problem. This is just like, I'm offended that I clicked on this shit and I'm reading it now, and they're not getting any money off me except for this moving ad. I'm not sure why that's still popping up, but they're just like paraphrasing the same tired bullshit over and over again. If you go to Dunkin Donuts and you like their donuts, does this change your opinion of how you like their donuts? Like, should you not eat frozen donuts? Is there something there, like they're poison? You eat frozen things all the time. There's nothing. If you like the donuts, you're going to continue to like them. This isn't. I'm expecting something like the donuts have semen in them. That's what I'm expecting to find, Or like, there's not actually any grain in it. It's made out of fucking ground up hooves. That would be something that would alarm me to the point where I would consider not eating donuts anymore. But the fact that they're frozen, it's fucking ridiculous. It's not a reason not to eat them. Fuck. Hot dogs. It's because this is also the Answers.com, because they are kept in water and then reheated the next day. Hot dogs and baseball just go together. But unfortunately, this meaty treat is not always best prepared at a concession stands. Employees say they are kept hydrated in warm water, and the unused portion gets refrigerated and recycled for the next event. I mean, welcome to restaurant life. I mean, when they say next event, it's next event tomorrow, not like next fucking, season. But yeah, the food that they don't sell, they would refrigerate and keep for tomorrow. That is very appropriate restaurant behavior. Totally legit. The real problem with hot dogs is they're made out of ground up assholes and hooves. That's the problem with fucking hot dogs. The way they're kept in water and refrigerated, that's normal food handling practice. Fucking idiot. Oh, they're seriously doing this. They're saying they're kept for next event. I'm not sure that's true. I mean, if that was the case and anybody found out who's from the food service industry, they would definitely fine that concession owner badly. I'm not sure what responsibility that is, but you definitely can't store food for 30 days. I doubt it. And I also doubt they wouldn't sell out of hot dogs in a couple of days. I don't really see hot dogs rolling over for months and months. They sell hot dogs at games. They actually people eat them. So I wouldn't really buy into this. Enjoy your hot dogs at the fucking baseball games. It's fine. Taco Bell steak and beans. Okay. The beans look like cat food, and the steak looks like hair gel. One Taco Bell employee warns any customer to stay away from items containing beans or steak at the famous Mexican-style chain. The beans are made from rehydrated mix of ingredients, and when the steak sits too long, then it starts to take the consistency of hair gel. This is just word for word out of the fucking Answers.com post. But there's 14 items here, and the Starbucks one didn't exist there, so there's some differences. But let's go back to this one again. The fact that the beans are rehydrated, that's fine. I mean, what the alternative is, here's the three alternatives you get with refried beans. Either the store makes them fresh, which obviously fast food isn't going to do because it's fast. They buy them out of a can or a plastic bag where they're pre-made, or they buy them dry and add water. This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody, and this really isn't a reason to avoid the food. A lot of things at fast food is not fresh prepared. So you're eating that anyway, what the fuck? And then this whole hair gel thing is so hilarious. What the hell? The bottom line here is if you get steak and beans at Taco Bell and you eat the steak and it doesn't feel like it's rock hard hair gel, then you're having a fine time. If it gets to the consistency of hair gel, that means there's an issue where they kept it too long or they didn't store it properly, and then it's going to be a shitty burrito, and you return it and say, you guys, this steak tastes like shit. It's not like you should never order steak at Taco Bell. It's fucking stupid. This is a stupid, idiotic complaint. And at least the other one had the decency to say that the beans look like cat food, and that's a reason not to eat them. At least that's a real reason. The fact that they're dehydrated is oh, surprise, everyone. KFC BBQ Sandwich, this is new. Is it because they store it for months at a time? One longtime Kentucky Fried Chicken worker warns against ordering the chain's barbecue sandwiches. Apparently, the chicken used in them is so stale that it can't even be given to homeless shelters. Instead of throwing it out, workers soak it in barbecue sauce and leave it in the heater for days. This is so funny. Here's a couple reasons why this is funny. First, KFC is not donating a fucking thing to homeless shelters. All right? They're a piece of shit. Second off, I love how they couldn't deliver the rock-hard, crusty chicken to the homeless shelter, but they can boil it in barbecue sauce and then sell it back to their customers. Couldn't they boil it in barbecue sauce and then give it to the homeless shelter? Can they just give the barbecue chicken to the homeless shelter? Of course not. They're not giving anything to the fucking homeless shelter, and this isn't even a real thing. I can't believe this happens. I say this because my parents owned a pizza place. It was a franchise pizza place. And there were a lot of rules, and I got food license certified. I had people come in, and I went through a training class of what is and isn't appropriate. This is, 2004, so things have changed since then, I'm sure, but they probably changed for the stricter, not for the more lax. Food can't, be out for a certain period of time. You can't just, keep reusing the same shit over and over again. If things get so stale, you literally can't give it to homeless people. you certainly wouldn't be able to legally serve it to your customers. You know, maybe you do, and maybe some restaurants are cutting corners doing that, but that isn't a practice that KFC can possibly have in their, user guide, where it's like, here's what you do with the old chicken. You boil it in barbecue sauce for weeks and for days. No, it's just not, it's not policy. Maybe it has happened. Maybe this longtime KFC worker has seen this done, but if it would taste like shit, there's always like talking with your money is kind of a philosophy of this whole shit like this. Like, if you go to KFC and you order the sandwich and you have a great time with it, nothing here is going to sway you from it. If it tastes good, it's fine. If it tastes like it's been there for days and it tastes like crusty shit, then you won't be ordering it anymore, right? You don't need this fucking piece of shit post to tell you that. All right, what do we got? Oh, chicken nuggets. Now, I wish this is going to say that they're made out of, disgusting shit and they often contain human blood and fucking hair. But I'm sure it's because they're in the heater for a long time. The chicken nuggets sit around in the warming bin until they are ordered, instead of being discarded after a certain length of time. What does that mean, instead of being after a certain length of time? These certainly are discarded after a certain length of time. Okay, they're not like just rolling over for days and days. The advice from an employee is to use the phrase "fresh order of McNuggets" every time you order. Okay, you know what? The fucking balloon head on the speakerphone doesn't give a shit how many times you use the word "fresh." He types it into the computer. The chefs put your food together and they give it to you. Okay, I'll go back once again to the point. If you order chicken nuggets all the time and you're fine with the taste, what do you give a shit if they've lasted for a long time or not? Do you care? I used to work at McDonald's when I was a little kid. I can tell you that they are thrown away at the end of the lunch shift and at the end of the dinner shift. But it's possible that at the beginning of a lunch shift, we put all the nuggets in, and then they don't all sell out for an hour and a half on a very slow Monday. Generally, McDonald's is so busy and chicken nuggets go so fast, they're not fucking sitting at all. And then after lunch is over, whatever's left will sit for about 30 minutes, and then the whole thing's discarded, and then we wait till dinner. That's how it works. They're never going to be sitting there for days and days, mostly because McDonald's is just so busy that it's just not going to happen. But if you like the taste, just fucking eat them, Oh, this is a Wendys Chili. This is the one where they scrape it off. They scrape the disgusting meat off of the pan and throw it into the grease catcher and then take all that out and then make a chili out of it. The chili is made from hamburger meat from the grill that has not been used. The meat gets collected in a container until there is enough to make a batch of chili with 300 beans and water. Now, I thought for the same reason that this can't possibly be up to health code, cannot happen. And also because meat that's like discarded off, the little tiny chunks of steak or whatever that comes off are going to be so hard and gross and oily that it wouldn't make a good chili. And then somebody commented on my answers video that is actually where it used to come from in the 90s when that person worked at Wendy's. I have a hard time believing that this is true. I really can't believe it. Maybe I'll call Wendy's and ask them. Maybe I'll get them on the phone to tell me where they make them. And I mean, I guess they could lie, but I doubt it. They probably have. I mean, I imagine the chili just comes in a plastic sealed soup container, and then you just microwave it and put it in a tub. I mean, that would be so much more efficient and better, and you don't run the risk of shit like this getting out. I don't know. I gotta maybe call them. I hope that's not true, because that is kind of gross. Eggs from Einstein Brothers? I don't know what that even is. So their eggs aren't real? They're made out of egg beaters? Is that what it is? The Bagel Shop does not use fresh eggs in their sandwiches. The eggs are microwaved and then placed in a warming bin until they are ordered, which could literally be hours after they've been nuked. They throw the word nuked in. What a nice word choice. When they say that you can microwave fresh eggs, my wife does it all the time. She takes an egg and she microwaves the egg. So is that count as fresh, or does it count as microwaved? Does microwaved automatically exclude them from being fresh? I'm not really sure what the thing is there, but I think what they mean is they come in like pre-packed, like perfectly round eggs, and then they're microwaved. That doesn't stop anyone from eating them. I mean, this is the same old story. If you eat these egg sandwiches, what do you give a shit if they're frozen and microwaved versus fresh made? Do you care? You're going to fucking Bagel Shop for breakfast, man. Or ladies. Panera pasta. Interesting. What is it? Is it frozen and not fresh? None of the pasta is made fresh at the restaurant. Instead, it is brought in frozen. The frozen pasta is then microwaved and served. Stick to the actually freshly made sandwiches and salads. I like this middle sentence here, where they explain how it's prepared. Like, in case you didn't know that they actually do microwave it and serve it to you. What the fuck? Who cares if it's frozen fucking pasta? Why is it... I mean, okay, pasta is dehydrated and then boiled. What is so disgusting about it being frozen and then thawed? Nothing. The answer is nothing, guys. If you're wondering, the answer is nothing's wrong with it. McCafe drinks. I don't know what to say about this one. I mean, employees shoot snot rockets into them. I mean, that's the only thing that's really going to get me here. According to a longtime McDonald's employee, the McCafe machine is the most neglected part of the cleaning process. Oh. Apparently, most employees and even managers aren't trained on how to properly clean these machines, so the drinks that come out of them travel through some not-so-clean tubes. You know what? Honestly, I believe that. I worked at McDonald's, and at that time, one of the things that I dreaded cleaning the most were the ketchup pumps, because a lot of people didn't clean them, and they didn't get cleaned for a long time, and then there was a lot of disgusting shit in those ketchup pumps. And to this day, I will not use public ketchup and mustard pumps. I only use packets because, and this is finally, I should make my own one of these stupid lists. Those legitimately are never cleaned properly, and they are full of disgusting growths. Like, I shit you not. When you open that shit up, and the bottom, there's like a big black mass down there. Also, pop machines at like Taco Bell and places where you get your own soda, the underside of those like squirters, they get really disgusting. And they need to be cleaned daily. And I assure you they're not cleaned daily. And there's this black fungus that grows there. So there you go. This I really believe in. And I think that's probably true. Especially how much sugar they're working with. You know, all the sugar and shit. The sugar attracts bacteria like nothing. Movie theater popcorn. They store it overnight and feed you the shitty popcorn from last night in the morning. Of course you want to get popcorn at the movies. But be sure that you're doing it at the late showing. If you're seeing an early show, then chances are the popcorn was kept in the garbage bag overnight and simply reheated in the morning. This is so fucking stupid, because who out there on the planet is falling for this? Have you ever had a day-old popcorn? If you did, you probably gagged, because it tastes like shit and feels like shit. It doesn't have any crunch. It has this really kind of damp, humid, wet towel flavor. It's disgusting. You would never be able to serve day-old popcorn to customers and have them not throw it in your face, okay? It would not work. It's too disgusting. And the other thing is, popcorn's so cheap. How much are they saving it for tomorrow? Like, that one bag of popcorn's like $1, and they're selling it for $5 a fucking cup. Like, are they really gonna risk offending customers with stale, shitty popcorn when they can just give them fresh popcorn? Like, are they gonna risk it? This is fucking insane. Panera pastries. Wow, Panera is under fire here. Much like Dunkin Donuts, former Panera employees have admitted the baked goods marketed as fresh are brought in frozen, toasted, and warmed until you order one. Well, I mean, look how many they have. You really think they're cooking all that daily? I mean, I guess it is like their bad for marketing it as fresh when it isn't, and that's their bad. But like, there's nothing wrong with frozen pastries. That's like how that's how they are everywhere, you know? I mean, a place that sells fresh pastries probably has great pastries, I assure you. But if you've had a Panera fucking, croissant and it's frozen and it tastes fine with peanut butter on it or whatever the hell, then it's fine. Like, freezing food doesn't make it disgusting. What is with this post? Chipotle Quesarito. What? I mean, they make it in front of you. Okay, they make it in front of you. So I'm not really what are they going to say here? It's got a lot of calories? Is that like the employees are telling you to avoid it because of the calorie count? I mean, okay. People went crazy when they found out that you could order a burrito with a quesadilla shell at Chipotle. While it may taste great, you might want to think twice before you order it. The item takes extra long to make, so ordering it during peak hours can bring the line to a standstill, and both employees and other customers will hate you. Well, okay, I mean, coming from the premise that these are meals that employees say you should avoid, that makes perfect sense because the employees don't want you ordering quesaritos because they take too long. But that's not really the theme of this post. The theme of this post is these are foods that are like somehow gross. And this is a completely like off the fucking like tangent kind of an argument. I mean, what do I give a shit if people behind me are slowing down for me? Like, this is the same, like, what about when you go to Chipotle and the guy in front of you orders 14 burritos for all of his coworkers? Is that something they should avoid too? You know, I mean, let's like, don't order food that takes a long time to make. Then Chipotle just shouldn't offer it then, right? I mean, isn't that like, that's a production problem. If Chipotle employees think that this shouldn't be served, then you should get it off the menu. And it's not on the menu. And I went and tried to order a quesarito once, and they said, no, we won't make it. It takes too long. And that's a reasonable. I understand that. So that's you know, a pretty dumb complaint. Try it out when the store is empty. Yeah, do try it out. Oh, the McRib. I mean, it's made out of like processed, you know, meat garbage, like pink slime type of shit. I know that. It's not made with real ribs. I hope the revelation here is it's actually not made out of ribs. The McRib represents one of the biggest disparities in all of fast food between what is promised and what is delivered. If its name is to be taken seriously, it purports to be rib meat, but instead is made from trimmings, including stomach, heart, and tongue. Yeah, I mean, welcome to hot dogs. But yeah, I mean, the McRib definitely isn't made out of ribs. It's made out of hot dog, you know, garbage. But if you thought it was ribs when you bit into it, I mean, it's like, it actually has the shape of ribs, like with bone-in ribs. But there's obviously no bones, right? So, like, there's nobody falling for a McRib as real anymore. But yeah, I used to like a McRib quite a bit when I was a kid. I loved it. Oh, go back. It also contains an ingredient frequently found in yoga mats. This is that fucking, oh my god, that Subway girl. Who is her? Oh, shit. Yoga mat material in Subway. Fuck, what was that girl's name? Food Babe! Fucking Food Babe! Yeah, I had a rant about this already sometime where she's talking about this yoga mat material, this where's this fucking material? I don't want to listen to this bitch. I want to find this and I want to look it up. Here's what I did. I'm like, okay, what is this fucking material? I mean, it's like a food emulsifier is what it is. Food additive. The food additive azodicarbonamide is used as a flour bleaching agent and dough conditioner. It reacts with moist flour as an oxidizing agent. The main reaction is buria, a derivative of urea, which is stable during baking. So it's a bleaching agent. It makes things white. It makes things stay white. You know, I mean, there's a lot of chemicals in our food that are, you know, harmful to us if eaten in large quantities or are also used in non-food preparation. This is like the real problem. There's something found in Coke. There's something found like if something's in yoga mats, but also in our food, and we can't eat yoga mats, that doesn't mean that we can't eat our food. You know, like those things aren't like sodium exists in products that we can't eat. You know, like they use salt to make a lot of things, for example, or sugar, or fucking alcohol. And we still eat those things. It doesn't mean anything. You know, like the fact that this thing is used in yoga mats or any kind of rubber products doesn't necessarily mean that it's toxic to human consumption. It might, but that alone isn't, you know, so this isn't what the rant's about, but I'm glad that they tacked that on just to add to the bullshitness of this piece of shit article. So, oolah, whoever you are, this piece of shit site, you're garbage. This clickbait bullshit is disgusting. My friends on Facebook who share this trash, I have no respect for them, obviously. And if you're watching this and you share this, get fucked, pretty much. You're a pathetic human being. So yeah, I hope you thought that was fun. I might actually call Wendys and find out about this chili situation. I might actually call them. But thanks for watching.